Hello everyone and welcome to the program. I'm Sean Wakimbaloye in Lagos. It is now 78 days since President Muhammadu Buhari left for London on a medical vacation. Well, as the nation anticipates the return of the Nigeria's #1 man, we wish him sound health and quick recovery. Well now, the People's Democratic Party appears to have gotten his voice as an opposition party after the Supreme Court judgment, as the party says democracy is back on its feet and opposition politics has again come alive. These are some of the words of some of the leaders of the party. Well, hear what some of the PDP leaders had to say after the Supreme Court verdict and what they say it means to them.
Members of the People's Democratic Chairman of the party.
We are going to have a viable opposition for the ruling party to put them on toes.
They've judged correctly and they've set in motion a new powerful process of democracy in Nigeria.
It was the federal government and Buhari and Oshibajo and all of them that we were fighting. And unfortunately for them, they have been defeated and the Supreme Court has given us our party back.
But really, could the PDP be said to have played the opposition role as it should since losing out to the 2015 polls, where the party had a series of internal political battles over the leadership of the party? The party says it will hold a non-elective convention on the 12th of August 2017. Are the worst days of the PDP over? The party has held Board of Trustees meetings, National Executive Council and the caucuses, different ones have met, and they say reconciliation must be considered to move forward. Let's get talking on this one. Joining me is a member of the PDP Board of Trustees and leader of the party in the Southwest, Chief Bode joins us on the program tonight. Many thanks for coming on the program.
Always my pleasure.
What does the Supreme Court verdict mean to you?
Personally, it was like a rejuvenation, like a rebirth of some kind of an internal happiness that at least my generation is not going to be just wasted. I was particularly thrilled because that judgment was a landmark judgment. It has brought back the democratic coherence, and it's like you are being born again. Now, most of the investors themselves will be satisfied that the judiciary stood its ground. That judgment was a landmark judgment, and you will see in the next few months ahead, a lot of those investors that headed out will start coming back.
Because of PDP?
No, because of that judgment, that there is justice, there is fairness in the land in which they want to invest their money. That is the interpretation simpliciter.
Because a lot of what the debate was all about 2015 was how PDP has plunged this nation into the economic abyss, and what the PDP did not do to keep the nation afloat, and all of that were some of the stories and the reasons why they say Nigerians voted out PDP at the 2015 polls. Does it look like the PDP is a better alternative to the ruling APC as it were?
You know, the taste of a pudding is really eating it. Nigerians were now governed in the last 2 years by the APC government. Let every honest Nigerian compare their standard of living at the end of 2015 and today. I just said something about investors, foreign investors. They just moved out, en masse, out of this country. But now you see that now that the judiciary, which is the third arm of government, came out and decided on a fair, just, and equitable decision, people will be happy that all is not lost. Yes, we are being accused of one thing or the other, and I want to put it on record that yes, people thought, oh, of course, once you lose an election, you go into a state of flux. All kinds of things will come in, but we will see. We are collating all the policies, the achievement, the programs of the party in government, and at the end of the day, by the end of this year, we will start real politics. In other words, trying to convince the electorate. Because if you look at it...
And you will be able to compare the 2 years of APC with the 17 years of the PDP.
In fact, the simple reason is this. Look at the APC in government. They have the majority of governors. They have the majority in the National Assembly. And they are in the villa. Right? In other words, the legislative arm, the executive arm, and all these other states mainly are controlled by them. But is the center holding? When you hear the legislative arm heading north, you hear the executive arm going to the south, where is the party? Is it really a political party? Where are the members of the Board of Trustees?
You can say same for the PDP.
No.
I mean, I remember vividly when the likes of Chuba Okadibo was Senate President. Even when Kenny Namani was Senate President,
right,
they never agreed with former President Obasanjo.
No, but
there were executive bills that went to the Senate at that time that met a brick wall.
But let me tell you, you want to compare that with this?
I'm just saying, I'm just putting the facts there on the table.
That is why the party is so vital. Like the Board of Trustees of the party, the conscience of the party, the moral compass of the party must weigh in. You cannot have two people and say they don't quarrel. There will be disagreement. But the caucus of the party, the Board of Trustees of the party, are expected to mediate within the crisis and make sure that there is a stable government.